Chug it, dude. Chug it. Chug it. Come on.
Welcome to the Nasty Labs podcast, part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Weird podcast from Studio Chuhees Labs, where we talk about games, game dev, Japan, and whatever else comes up. And as always, we're your hosts, Kinsey and Mark. So open yourself up a Chuhees and let's go!
Let's go. Kinsey, how the hell are you? Oh, hold on. You just nailed that intro. First time ever.
Dang.
Fucking tight. That was so tight.
I don't think I've ever made it through the intro without some sort of tiny flubs or many flubs. So this was kind of amazing, and I cannot believe it.
Podcast intros are a real art, and they're tough to get. My co-host on my other podcast loves to do different intros and never nails them. So that's really good.
Hell yeah. So I guess without further ado, we've got a guest. Kinsey, who's our phenomenal guest today?
Oh my gosh. I am so excited about this for both professional and personal reasons because I have not talked to you in forever and this is amazing. Please welcome to the Nasty Lads podcast, Ian Ferguson.
Woo! Ian.
Hi.
Tell everybody who the hell you are.
Yeah, please.
Hi, Kinsey. Hi, Mark. So happy to be here. So my name is Ian. I do mostly podcasts on the internet. I do the Completely Unnecessary podcast with Pat Contry that covers video games and, some sort of pop culture stuff. I also do the Extra Napkins podcast with my longtime friend, John. I've known him since I was 14. It's mostly an excuse for two old friends to get together, get a little buzzed and talk about food. And that's,
oh, hell yeah.
And that's what I do. I used to work at a video game store. I was the general manager of Luna Video Games for 15 years, and I recently changed my job to something that's not managing a video game store.
Yay! Well, on a personal note, this is really great for me. This is the first time we've ever spoken, and I've followed your shit for years and years. So this is a win for me today, and I really, really appreciate you being on the show. This is fucking
this
tight.
Just feels like a gathering of pails. But yeah, I've been following you since I found out you did work at the time for Q.
That's
and then you, I remember you moving over. I remember you talking to me about Carve snowboarding.
That's right.
And I actually bought an Oculus just to try that out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had come up on some money that I wasn't expecting to, and I was like, what should I buy? And all over my my Twitter feed was Carve snowboarding stuff. And I was like, I kind of want a virtual reality headset anyway. Let's give that a go.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at it.
Yeah. No, I actually, we are too, and we worked on it, and it's a hard fucking game.
Who's we?
All right.
Mammal?
Well, okay. All right. Fuck off.
To be fair, I'm not great at it, but because I've been the one setting up all the challenges, I've slowly become better, and now I have to stop myself from winning the challenges.
Oh damn!
Because that's not fair to all of our fans.
Yeah, sure. They can't constantly have their ass kicked by the person doing the community outreach for it. It just feels like you're picking on people. Yeah. You want to try? Try. We'll give you a T-shirt, but you're not going to get that T-shirt.
And then I'm like, look at my mountain of T-shirts from this game I worked on.
Your entire wardrobe is just Carve T-shirts.
Fuck yeah. Well, what the hell's happening on this episode, Kinsey?
Oh, man. I am so excited about this episode because obviously we're going to be talking about video games, but we're also going to talk a lot about food, which is my second favorite subject. So, as always, we're going to start with What Up, where it's what we're playing. Then we're going to move on to our main topic, which for the time of year, is Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about hella food. And then, as always, the news, and then we'll answer your questions from Discord. All right, and now it's time for What Up, where we talk about what we're playing. And as always, this rule I just made up, guests go first.
Oh,
hell yeah.
That's a new rule. That's all right. I've been playing some stuff recently. So, big fan of the Shin Megami Tensei series, and part 5 just came out on Friday. So that's actually been the big thing I've been playing. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to switch. I noticed a couple of reviews pointed it out, but they showed a teaser image for Shin Megami Tensei V in the very first Nintendo Switch video ever. In the announcement video for the Nintendo Switch, they showed a couple of games that would be coming, and SMT5 was one of them. And 4.5 years later, here we are. We have it. So yeah, it's been great. It's kind of like Dark Pokemon, but it really kind of pushes you to not get attached to your characters. Like, there's always kind of a point where they're no longer useful, and you just sacrifice them and make new ones. The soundtrack is really, really good. The graphics, if you're playing it on the TV, are nice. On the Switch in portable mode, it's a little cloudy. But overall, I'm really enjoying it. And it's viciously difficult. I'm playing on casual because I have no time for disappointment anymore. But I just can't do it. But it's still hard. And I don't mean like too hard, but it still provides like a really good challenge. So I don't feel like I'm taking like the cheap way out. And then another game that I've put, I think my Switch says 5 hours into, which is a lot for this type of game, is Kiss Me Mon Amour. Are you familiar with the game Moon?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So same guy who did Moon, same guy who did Blackbird. He released a game just a few weeks ago called Kiss Me Mon Amour. And it's just Flappy Bird with added stuff. And I'm...
Oh, 5 hours is a lot.
And I'm addicted to it. So basically you control like a little dude, like a prince or a king of his kingdom, and it controls just like Flappy Bird, and you have to move to the other side and kiss a princess. And when you do, it gets added to basically your Pokedex of 64 princesses. But every round, buildings grow, and the stage gets harder and harder. And there's an interesting scoring bonus system. And it was just interesting to see someone like take such a simple concept and turn it into a real video game. And like I said, 5 hours on something that's essentially a Flappy Bird clone. I would suggest it.
Dang, yeah, it's got to be good then.
Yeah.
And like, I've been a Shin Megami Tensei fan like forever, and it's like killing me that I haven't bought the new one yet, because like I'm trying to do a thing right now where like I don't buy new games. I'm trying real hard to like save money for the move. Mm-hmm. And also I don't want to accumulate more stuff. I know I could get a digital, but I'm also Kinsey, so that's hard. It's a nice
steelbook, and I don't even like steelbooks, but I was like, I'm going to pick this one up physical too. Yeah.
Of course it is. I'll get it eventually, but I'm glad to hear that you're playing it and that you like it, because I need to live vicariously through you for that.
No, it's very fun, and it's not like real story intensive, which to some people is a knock, but to me that's a very good plus. I'd rather have a good atmosphere in a game, and I don't want to have to like go through mountains of text when I'm playing a game. Yeah. Like, just convey a feeling to me, give me some interesting, systems, and I'm happy with that, and that's what it's giving me.
Yeah. Does it have like, obviously the conversation system to get the demons to you, but like I've seen a few screenshots and I'm like, I feel like these demons are like sassier than normal, and I kind of love it.
I definitely feel like they're a bit sassier, and they definitely, at least, I think the most recent one I played a little bit of 3 again, but 4 was the one that I played a lot of a few years ago. They definitely it feels like they require more from you to partner up with you. Maybe not even that, but like you have to be willing to like take the risk and tell them, no, you don't need anything else, and see if they will still join you, instead of just giving them like 1 or 2 things and having them automatically join you. So there's always that risk you got to take of them maybe not joining your party.
Oh man, I miss that type of game. I don't think I've played an actual SMT game, or even like the spin-off series Devil Summoner, like that has a really similar like conversation thing, and I haven't played those in forever, and I'm like, I want to play it so bad.
Just put it in your back pocket and save it for like when you're ready.
Yeah.
I think after you move and you're comfortable and things are unpacked, that's going to be a really good game for like your days off.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait.
So I only played Strange Journey on the DS. Does it compare at all to the spin-off series?
Sure. All the SMT games generally play fairly similarly to each other. So you probably have a rough idea of what's going on. I know Strange Journey was not one I played, but I know it was a first-person dungeon crawler, which some of the SMTs are. This one is not. 3 and 5 are not. But they're still very much dungeon crawlers. And there's still the monster system, right? Yeah. So it's going to be very similar.
Got it.
Yeah. It's funny because there's more... When you look at it, like Persona is a spin-off, and Persona had 5 of them before SMT did, but SMT has a lot of spin-offs that are still more or less SMT, like they could have given them numbered entries, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like Devil Summoner is very similar to SMT. So it could have just continued the series. It didn't even really have to be a spin-off, but I still like it.
Yep.
And I will say Strange Journey. I did enjoy it. I liked it. First-person dungeon crawlers usually aren't my favorite, but that has a horrible cover art.
It's terrible. It's miserable.
Yeah, it does.
Like, you look at it and you're like, this game looks like shit. Like, what is that?
like the worst
the game's
monster of a
fine.
week from a tokusatsu show or something like that. Like, it's just really bad.
I like it.
Did you get that out of cardboard?
Yeah. It looks like shit. It really does. I like it, personally.
I always think about that. I'm like, I remember when I got that game and I was like, I hope it's good. Like,
Oh, cool. Kinsey, what are you playing?
I'm just started playing last night. It Takes Two on Xbox because it came out on Game Pass finally. It's a game I've been wanting to play for a long time. It's a co-op game where it's by the same people, I believe, that made A Way Out. So they are like familiar with like strictly co-op games. And you basically play as a divorcing husband and wife.
Tight.
Yeah. And so basically the initial premise is you're divorcing and your kid's upset, and then your kid makes these dolls, and then through some sort of weird video game magic you become those dolls.
Okay.
So it's actually really fun though,
That sounds
because
interesting.
because you're these little dolls, and so you're walking around. Like, the first area is like a garage. So, like, you know, there's big, like, you're tiny. You know, everything is huge, and it has like big boss fights. Like the very first boss fight is a vacuum cleaner, who's a dick. But it has like, it's really, really cool. It has this like mechanic of everything you have to do together, because the whole thing is working together in co-op. I'm assuming it's because, who knows, maybe by the end of the game they're not getting a divorce, maybe because they like spent all this time working together. The big boss fights are really cool, and the way they break up gameplay, I'm really liking so far. I've only played it for one sitting, and I maybe have 4 hours in, maybe. But each section so far, it seems like it kind of has its own special weapons.
Oh, neat.
So, like, yeah, because, like, we got these weapons, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this. But then at the end of that section, like, we lost them. And then the next section, we got different weapons. So that way, the same mechanics don't get old.
Right, so it's new
because
mechanics
a lot of
every chapter.
Yeah, and I really, really like it because it drastically changes how you, like, respond to the puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really, really enjoying it. And the dialogue is kind of funny, too, because especially it's like, you know, if it's a divorcing couple, sometimes, like, if something goes wrong, then the other person automatically blames the other person, kind of thing. It's like, oh, come on, of course you did that.
Tight.
What the hell? And
It's like real life.
something about it is really funny. And I'm playing it with my husband, so I also find that funny. And I, like, after we were playing, I was like, let's not get a divorce. And he's like, okay.
That's pretty fun.
But I'm really enjoying it. I'm not super far, but it's a game I've wanted to play for a long time, and it's finally on Game Pass.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well. All right. I'm the bro in this group probably because I'm playing the recently launched Halo Infinite. Okay. Yeah. And actually, everyone at our studio upstairs is playing it at lunch today, and we played it yesterday at lunch, and we played it yesterday after work.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, 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 really good, and it's just fun to go and blast people and whack them on the head. And it's just Halo. It's just it's improved Halo. It's I think they've got the we've all played Halo. We know exactly what it is, and it's just the same recipe, except now there's just a few extra sprinkles on it to make it a little bit better. And
I'm jealous. I want to play it so bad. I'm just so bad at those types of games, and like I know it's on PC right now and it's free.
Yeah,
but I'm better with control. I can't. I can't let my team down like that ever again.
See, like.
I downloaded it. I got that far.
Yeah. I mean, we've only won like 2 rounds all told, and it doesn't matter. We just we like getting better, and we like playing, and it's just an opportunity for us to talk anyway. I mean, just who gives it? Like, we don't give a shit if we win. We want to, but we don't give a shit.
See, that's the way to play it. Yeah. That's how I enjoy it too. My problem is like just controllers. They're not meant for lefties, but the left-hand modes don't help me either. And like my aiming is just all over the place. Like,
I'm also left-handed, and I have never successfully been able to play Southpaw.
Oh, shit.
And like, because it's designed for left-handers, and I'm like, no, it's horrible. I can't do it. Like,
it just feels weird because we've constantly our whole lives tried to get good at the control method we're bad at. That when they finally give us the control method we should be good at, we've already like burned into our brains. No, if we don't get good at this control method, we're horrible people. That's where it's at.
Well, I've already screwed myself over though with being like an inverted player. Cause like,
you play inverted?
That is disgusting.
Yeah, I play inverted.
That's sacrilege.
Old school style. Ugh. So, but then like same thing though if you were to be only Southpaw, because if I go up to like a kiosk, let's say at PAX to play a game, and it's first person, I can't fucking play it. Like, and I'm just like, all I do is like look at the sky. Like,
is there something
and people assume I'd never played a game before?
Is there a point in your life where like inverted became the thing? Because when I first transferred from like playing mostly on computers to consoles, I used to play inverted because of like flight simulators and stuff on the PC. Is that the reason why you're that way too, or what happened with that?
Yeah, like I played a lot of flight simulators as a kid, and like, I don't know. Then when I started playing first-person shooters, it was just what I knew, and I just went with it. And once you go with it for too long, you can't go back the other way.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah.
Very strange. It's strange that you kept up with it, but I mean, the logic is there. It's sound. I get why you did it.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah, no, it makes
I really struggle though with third person. Occasionally, depending on the controls, I'll continually. I did this last time I played Uncharted. I think I changed it from like to inverted and then back like several times throughout the game. There's something about third person that's weird to be inverted, but yet my brain still wants it to be inverted, that I'm like, oh, it's weird no matter what I do. Like,
this sounds like me with colorblind settings on games, because I'm colorblind, but I don't know what type of colorblind I'm supposed to be, so I just rotate through all 3 of them, and like then I find usually 2 that are close, and I just switch back and forth the entire game.
Wow, that's tight.
Yeah, that's what I do. I love it.
Sick.
Bam.
Boom.
Sweet. Next up is food time.
But seriously, do play Halo. Don't worry about winning. It doesn't matter. It's just so much fun, and just
I do want to play.
Yeah. Like,
I had a lot of fun with 3. That's the only one I did any real time with, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I only played 2.
I spent time with all of them. I'm just really bad at PvP. Like, I play Destiny a lot, but I really don't do the PvP stuff very often. Like, I do a lot of the, like, strikes and, like, co-op-y type stuff.
Right.
But I did download Halo because I want to play it. And especially once I heard everyone at the office was playing it, I'm like, fuck, one of these nights I think I should stay up and play.
Yes, you definitely should.
I want to do it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to start a clan for sure.
All right, and now it's time for our weekly topic. And this week, it's Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And pretty excited about this topic. I'm not going to lie. I'm also kind of hungry. So, like, that really helps with, like, me wanting to talk about this stuff. And we'll start with Black Friday because video games. So, for me personally, I'm weird about Black Friday because I worked retail for so many years. I'm sure, like, actually both of you guys are nodding.
Yes.
Sorry for the audio people, but everyone's nodding. So I think we've all worked retail.
Yep.
So I don't usually like to, actually go anywhere on Black Friday. I will like buy stuff online, and actually the Black Friday a couple years ago was when I got Game Pass for the first time, because it was like on like a big like super sale where they did that like it's $1 for your first 5 months or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was when I very first joined
I got it
Game
for
Pass.
that too. I did that.
Yeah.
Did that, yeah.
And I was like, this might be one of the best things I've ever bought on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Do you guys do Black Friday? I was looking on a Japanese website. I think it was just like a department store in Kyoto too, and it was advertising Black Friday.
Oh,
Really?
So Japan does Black Friday?
Yes. I have no idea.
There was like this big black bear, and it was like, Black Friday's coming up.
Yeah, probably. I don't go to a lot of the shops. I'm a really bad person who lives in Japan because I don't go to stores. I'm sorry. I'm bad at this topic. Pass. Quickly.
You're bad at living in Japan.
Yeah, I'm bad at it.
I'm bad at it doing it, even though I've done it for years. No, I don't really do Black Friday, and it's because not only have I worked in retail, but I guess a subdivision of customer service, I worked in the restaurant industry for a long time. And Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving are really Billy? Who's Billy? Really busy days for those industries because people are either out eating on Thanksgiving or they're out shopping on Black Friday.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever partaken in a Black Friday sale that I've had to be at personally. But I'm certain I've taken advantage of like a Cyber Monday sale or something like that. I'm sure I've taken advantage of something digital. And that's still putting a lot of work on someone. So like I said, as a retail worker, as a customer service worker, I try not to do anything that weekend, like on purpose, because I don't need to add to it, and I've got a month until I can get there. But I do have friends that did do a lot of Black Friday stuff. People who do the waiting in line stuff. I had a coworker at Luna who used to take off Black Friday every year. It was like his holiday. And I was like, do you like really need a cheap TV? And he's like, no. He's like, my mom and I just go down to Target and we sit outside for a few hours. And it's like, at that point, it just sounds like a tradition. Like, it's an excuse to get together and drink hot chocolate in a tent outside of Target or something. I mean, it's different for everyone. Yeah. But never been my thing.
I did go out on Black Friday once. It was the very first Black Friday after I quit retail.
Mm-hmm. So it was a revenge Black Friday. You're like, I'm going to show you.
It was the very first one.
I'm out. Fuck
and
y'all.
It was like me, and my old coworker. And we went out. We didn't go out super early, but we went out at, like 9, 10 a.m. And we just had like Starbucks cups that were like half, maybe more Baileys, and then a little bit of coffee.
All right.
There it is.
All right. Yeah. That's tight.
And we didn't really buy anything, and we just walked around the mall and were drunk at 9 a.m.
That's
that was the one time I went out early on Black Friday.
That's fantastic.
And we just like watched people be crazy.
That's like subversive. Like you're just getting trashed.
Acceptable.
Yeah, like and just watching people. I'm into that. Yeah,
I'm not partaking.
But I do
I'm just monitoring. I'm keeping a historical record with my 50% Baileys and coffee.
Yeah. It's great. And I really like that we're all on the same page with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figured we would be.
Yeah, I'm also with Ian. I worked in the restaurant industry for years and years, and I've come to hate Black Friday because of the people and because I was in the restaurant industry. I was a cook, and I hated all the locals that would go out and get trashed and like kind of ruin my city for a couple of days. And so I just would just get away from it. Just get away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yep. At one point, I worked at Game Crazy for a number of years. R.I.P. Game Crazy. But it was a video game store that was open every day.
It had lots of fencing.
And so
lots of fencing.
Lots of chain link fencing between Game Crazy between Game Crazy and Hollywood Video.
Yep.
And I ate many a Thanksgiving dinner on that counter.
Oh yeah. I believe it. Yep.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, so in restaurants, and I'm sure Mark can relate, and it sounds like you can relate. Thanksgiving in restaurants are like when you're in the service industry, you just lose Thanksgiving for a number of years for as long as you do it.
Yeah.
And my mom used to do a like Misfits Thanksgiving back in Buffalo during the years where like me and all my friends worked at the same restaurant. And she would just make a shitload of food and have everyone come over after their shifts.
Right.
And we would stay up and drink and eat until 1 or 2 in the morning. But that was the only way you could experience Thanksgiving. Otherwise, it's like right off a counter. I try to take plates to like my local like liquor store workers on Thanksgiving. Because, yeah, man, I don't know. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and I hate to think anyone should have to work on it. Like, I know that there's no way we can ever get to the point where people don't work on Thanksgiving, but it's the food Super Bowl, and everyone should be able to sit home and eat food.
That's exactly what we did at our restaurant. Like when we got off the shift, we would go to the restaurant owner's house, and then like our Thanksgiving would start at like 10 p.m. or something. And then
and it was so good. Because you've got all these restaurant industry people like making all the food.
The food is better. The drinks are better. Like, and we stay up till you say 1. No, we stay up way later than that because we like drugs.
I said 1 because Tristan. It wasn't 1.
No. No way. No way.
I don't know what kind of podcast this is. I don't want to paint like a true picture. But it was not 1. It was rolling to work the next morning.
That one. Yeah. It was like hope you can make it to work the next morning. Hope. And you smell really funny, and then somebody's like, "Hey man, can you just like wipe your nose?" It's like that kind of
Yep. Yeah, restaurants.
But speaking of the food, which I know is what we've all been waiting for, what are your guys' like Thanksgiving like traditions or favorite Thanksgiving dishes?
Ian.
So many. I mean, I like all.
I know.
Of them.
I was like,
so I like most of the traditional ones. I am one of those people who really, really does dig the green bean casserole with the French's fried onions on top. I love it. I know that even if you make it from cans, like the original recipe calls for, it still somehow manages to be more than the sum of its parts. I don't actually generally do turkey on Thanksgiving. I will do ham or
fuck yeah.
I love a ham.
I
love a ham.
Oh yeah.
I will do a ham and give it like a great glaze and all that. And that's especially the past few years. That's what my friends have been really into, like the ones that are local that come over for it. They all really like ham. So I make that because not only is ham delicious, it's very easy. It comes to you pre-cooked. You literally just have to foil wrap it, glaze it, and heat it up in the oven. And it might take a while, but like you don't have to do a whole lot. You know it's already cooked. Like just get it warm and get it on the table. I really like doing stuffing. I like doing White Castle stuffing.
Wait, what's that?
And
hold on.
White Castle stuffing?
Yeah. What is that?
So you take a box of White Castle hamburgers, not cheeseburgers.
Hold on. I just want to. You were gonna glaze over that as though we knew what the fuck you were talking about.
Sorry. Yeah.
Because this is getting weird.
So you can find the recipe online.
Okay.
And it's very good. White Castle every couple of years throws it out there themselves, but you get a box of 12 White Castle hamburgers, not the cheeseburgers, the hamburgers, and all you do essentially is use those as your bread base. So you break them up into chunks and you throw them into the pan, and then you add your celery and your diced onion and your herbs, and you add your chicken stock, but you get all of the White Castle like burger, and you get, most importantly, you get their little diced flavor onions in there, and they're so good. So yeah, it's really good. You just do it, and it bakes up perfectly. Those buns they use are like the perfect bread for soaking up all the stock. Comes out crispy on top, but kind of moist underneath. It's very special.
This is a revelation. This is amazing. You're taking sliders. And they're the bottom layer and the top layer, or they're just the...
You just take them. You basically, I grab them,
break them all apart.
Yeah, and I just grab a big plastic bowl, and I grab the burgers, and I just start breaking them. Like if you break each burger into a quarter, yeah, there you go. Break each burger into 4 pieces.
What? Okay. All right. This is
And then
fucking
just
tight.
seriously, just add, and then you literally just pretend that's your bread for a normal stuffing recipe,
Right.
and then add chicken stock, your herbs, and your veggies, and bake it off like normal.
This is a cooking show now.
I love cooking shows.
Okay.
I know I've never heard of this. And like I like really good stuffing, I feel like is really good. I mean, I want to say that I love stuffing, but I've also had like some
bad
shit stuffing and then
yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it. But really good stuffing, and then I don't care actually about turkey that much, but I like turkey gravy
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
with my Thanksgiving dinner.
I do like turkey
'Cause-
gravy better than
oh,
beef
so
gravy
good.
too myself.
Yeah.
It's like really good.
Yeah. Put that shit all over the mashed potatoes and the stuffing and oh my god.
Okay.
I'm really
You
hungry,
guys are
you
guys are
guys.
fucking me up. Yeah. Yeah, definitely for me, stuffing is that's the number one thing. I don't really care about anything else. I want the stuffing. And now that you're telling me about like this White Castle stuffing, I'm gonna be making that this year. A variant of that. That is fucking genius. That is fucking genius.
It's such a simple substitution, but it really does work, and it's delicious.
Okay.
Can you find the frozen like White Castle burgers at Costco in Japan?
I have no idea, but I make my own White Castle sliders. So I'm gonna spend a
perfect.
needless amount of time making them and then freezing them and then doing the whole process. That's what I'm gonna do.
No, but this is perfect, and I can't wait to see it because that way you get to add your own seasonings to the burger patty. Like you know exactly what's in there. Like that's gonna be some good shit.
Okay. All right. That
Yeah.
This is genius. All right, Ian. What else? What else you got? What else?
Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is one of my favorite things to cook, and it's not. I don't think it's a 100% like traditional Thanksgiving side, but I always try to make it. When I do Thanksgiving, I try to do a ham, garlic mashed potatoes, roast the garlic, White Castle stuffing, and then mac and cheese, usually 50% Gruyere and 50% like a really, really good sharp cheddar. Like one of those sharp cheddars that gets like the crystals in it and shit.
So much salt.
Have you ever had a cheddar that has crystals in it?
yeah.
Because it's insane. Because it's insane. It's the stuff. So that's usually my Thanksgiving if I'm making it at home and it's just for like 4 or 5 of us. It's ham, mac and cheese, stuffing, usually some sort of green beans or green bean casserole. And there you go. Mashed potatoes.
I love green bean casserole. I feel like it gets the short end of the stick
It
a
does.
lot, but I love it. And like at least with my family, typically like I always have 2 Thanksgivings. Like I have like Thanksgiving with my family on Thanksgiving, and that one varies in size. The last couple years it's only been like 5 of us, but that's still great. And then we have like my husband's family's Thanksgiving that Sunday, which that one's huge because it's their like Friendsgiving, but it's all like the family friends.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
the
So
fun
it's, like,
Thanksgiving.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one that has the best stuffing I've ever had in my whole life. And like every year, like last year, obviously they didn't have second Thanksgiving because of COVID, and they've already canceled it this year. And I was like, but
No.
Tony, I need it one more time
Especially
before
because,
I
like,
leave.
yeah, you're moving soon. Like, that's so sad.
Maybe like his like parents will just make me a tray of stuffing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's fucking tight.
Well, I think Mark probably has a little bit different version of Thanksgiving since you've been living in Japan for what, 5 years
Yeah,
now?
I've been abroad now for 13 years, and all told, like throughout my life, I've probably lived at least half of my life overseas. So it's always been just a little bit different. Living in Korea before this and living in Japan, finding a turkey is rather difficult. I like turkey, unlike you guys, but that's all. But whatever. Basically, we find you guys are wrong.
I like turkey. I mostly like
guys-
turkey for the leftovers, like
Yeah,
sandwiches.
that part is
Yeah.
tight.
Soup,
That part is
like I love
Actually,
turkey
same.
for that, just not the night of.
Well, so the first key thing to do as an expat is to find someone with an oven, a big ass oven. Who's got the oven? That person is gonna have the party, and then we have to find how the hell we're gonna get a turkey. because it's not always easy. And either of that or it's like really, really expensive. Living in Korea, we would go to the military base and get a military friend to buy us, because then we're just going to get one. Living in Japan, in Kyoto, it's a lot more difficult. And I don't know what our plan is this year. I'm kind of nervous now that we're talking about this.
We're a week away.
Oh, I know. Now it's suddenly like, oh shit, I think we fucked up this year.
Not only do you need to get the turkey soon, you got to thaw it soon.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
All right.
It should be in the fridge by now.
Guys. I know. But that said, Thanksgiving is still my favorite holiday. And whenever I go back home to visit my parents, no matter what season it is, I make sure that we have a Thanksgiving. So it'll be the summer, we're having Thanksgiving. And
I love it.
yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, and because like I'm not religious and my like or whatever, so like I don't care about any other holiday. And
Same. Like that's it. Like I pick Thanksgiving because it's food and there's no gods associated with it.
Yeah. It's like an opportunity for us to get together, and so I kind of like I force everybody to get together. And my mom's a fantastic cook, and I go outside and I smoke weed and I enjoy all the food. And I'm definitely going to be doing that in March of next year. That's going to be my next official Thanksgiving. But yeah. That's been our thing for a long time. Just
where is home?
My home is Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm a Southern boy, so we have fantastic Southern cooking. And my mom she's got a really thick accent sometimes, and I can't understand her.
Can I ask you a question? Is cornbread part of it?
Yeah. Is what? Cornbread? Yeah, of course.
Cornbread?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No.
Let me. Cornbread, sweetened or unsweetened?
Wow, that is a contentious topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we always have two. We've got blue cornbread. Yeah. We've got the blue one, which is unsweetened, and that one typically has fresh and pickled jalapenos in it. And then
oh god,
yeah, and
oh god,
and that one's tight. That's the one I eat. And then there's the gross one for the rest of the family, because they're the true blue Southerners, and they like the sweet one.
Okay, so I like sweet cornbread. Not gonna lie, I do. But I've learned to like unsweetened cornbread because I have a friend, and he is very anti-sweetened cornbread.
Okay.
And my whole when I meet people and I like them, doesn't matter if you're doesn't matter who you are, guy or girl, friend. I want to impress you with food. It's all I know. It's all I know is like food to impress people. So I made cornbread once, and it was sweet cornbread because that's all I've ever grown up with.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. Everyone else at the party loved my cornbread, but he was very, he did not like, he was like, no, man, sugar and cornbread. I didn't even know that was contentious until how old am I? I'm 39, 37. That's when I learned.
Yep.
That's a thing.
I learned it at 36 because I learned it today.
Yep.
Yeah, non-sweet cornbread. Sweet cornbread versus non-sweet cornbread is a thing.
I also didn't know I knew that, I've had, cornbread with, jalapenos in it and stuff like that, fun cornbread. But I had no idea that there was sweet. I've only had fucking cornbread. I don't know what it is. You can tell I grew up in, Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know there were, sweet and unsweetened.
So I
couldn't tell you what I've had.
I made unsweetened cornbread muffins the other day. That was no sweetness. It was just corn flour, cornmeal, and then I did it with hatch green chilies and sharp cheddar cheese, and that was really good. That was really good. So I agree. There is definitely a place for non-sweet cornbread, but I thought I didn't know anyone hated sweet cornbread.
Yeah, even every year at our Thanksgiving, that's always a conversation. One person will say, "Yeah, I've never liked it." We know it's been 30 fucking years or whatever.
See, in my family, the contentious thing was always cranberry sauce.
I
like it fresh or canned. I don't care. I love cranberries.
Yeah, I don't care either. And I remember my uncle always liked the canned one that comes out in the shape of the can. Mm-hmm. And then almost everybody else in the family doesn't like it. So we always had two kinds of cranberry sauce at every Thanksgiving I've ever been to.
Mark, you look like you have an opinion on cranberry sauce.
I don't. I think canned is pretty fucking good though. I think they're both pretty good.
I like both of them.
It's just jelly at the end of the day. It's great.
Right. Yeah. It's tasty.
Oh,
I heard that in Japan, you can order a turkey from this like guy
Yes.
who has like a lot of meat.
His name, yeah. Well, he's got a name, and his name is the Meat Man. The Meat Man.
Of course it is.
Yeah. That's.
I've heard like I haven't heard specifics, but I've heard a lot of talk about it like on expat Twitter.
He's great. That's where I get all of my I get crazy things from this guy. I get all my lamb sausage from him. I get all of my basically any if you go to any butcher in Japan, they cut meat a certain way. They have meat a certain way, and it's towards the way they eat it here. So if I want anything that's outside of those boundaries, I have to go to the Meat Man. And he's pretty dope. I mean, you're probably right. I'm gonna get my turkey from him now that I'm thinking about it. Thank you.
You'll call that Meat Man.
I'm glad you were reminded of the Meat Man. Is the Meat Man similar to the Herb Man? Because I know that and I mean I don't mean like code talking herbs. I mean like actual fresh herbs. Because I remember my friend Ian, another Ian, Ian Adams, once asked you if you had gotten your herbs from someone certain, and you were like, oh, they might have come from, I don't know. Like, are there people who just like grow things specifically to meet like the expat market?
Yes. And that's cool that we're both buddies with Ian.
I love
yeah,
Ian.
me too. Yeah, it's sort of like that. Like there's, the Herb Man, that's where we get all of our cilantro. That's where that
was it. It was cilantro
specifically cilantro.
Did that cilantro come from so and so?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, that's
specifically. Yeah. And I think this one guy, like he lives down the street from me. I think the one guy grows all of the country's cilantro. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if there's not a huge like demand for it, the way cilantro grows, you probably only need a couple of people to do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty convenient that he lives down the street from me, and he delivers to my house. The guy does.
That's fantastic.
Damn.
Nice.
I'm like, yo, off the podcast, you're gonna tell me what street you live on, and then that's where I'm gonna live.
Oh yeah.
Culinary Street. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to live on Cilantro Street, please. It's very important.
So I want to ask you, Ian, what's the plan this year? How are you celebrating?
So this year's a little bit different. I am going to my friend John's house, co-host of Extra Napkins, known him forever and ever. Him and his partner live in Joshua Tree.
Oh shit.
So we grew up in Buffalo together.
Right.
We've both moved around the country. And he ended up in San Diego for a while. And then San Diego is very expensive. So he moved out to Joshua Tree, and he's got a weirdo desert compound.
Tight.
And it's awesome. Nice. Yeah, he's got skeletons dressed up in Buffalo Bills costumes. He's making mini golf courses. He's got places. Yeah, it's
oh man,
it's pretty cool. If I was into the heat, I would move to the desert because it's cheap and you just get tons of space. But it's fucking hot.
That's tight.
So we're going up there. Vani and I are taking a bunch of tamales from Tijuana. The person who's always made them in her mom's neighborhood, just the best tamales. We're taking pork verde tamales and cheese with chilies tamales. So we're taking those. He's doing a turducken and pork and alligator sausage.
Oh, thank Christ.
Oh my God.
Yep. He's doing pork and alligator sausage, a turducken. I'm taking tamales. He's going to smoke a bread pudding. I'm going to do baked beans. And we're just
bread pudding.
We're going to have a good freaking time. I'm excited.
This sounds like the best possible weekend. Like the best possible. Are you going to go find yourself in the desert as well? Wink, wink.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna be up there from like Wednesday night until Saturday, so I'm gonna have a lot of time to find myself in the desert.
Oh man,
yeah.
Oh man, I envy you. That sounds like the best time. I'm guessing the guy also has AK-47s and like you guys. Yeah.
No.
Oh really?
No. So him and I are both, very much like we both grew up in kind of like the same school of leftism and liberalism,
right.
and but he him and I are both kind of the, like, we don't hate guns.
Right.
Not to make this political.
Yeah.
We don't hate guns.
Yeah.
We would like some controls on guns.
Yeah.
But he's looked into guns too, ever since he's been out there, because it's like, he lives in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. It's like the one place where it's super safe to actually shoot a gun.
I mean, two
which
reasons.
Is not the case in San Diego.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the case in San Diego, but like out in the middle of nowhere on his own property, A, it would be fun to go out back and shoot some cans off of something, and B, he's in the middle of nowhere. He might need some home invasion protection.
Right.
I hope he's okay, but if you read about people who live in the desert, if you watch the Forensic Files, you know it's not always the safest place. So, like, for that, I'm like, all right, I understand. I get it.
Well, that sounds fun, too.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. It sounds like the best weekend.
What about y'all?
Well, I'm going to my parents' house.
Okay.
And my parents were thinking about also having Christmas all set up too, because at the time, they didn't know when I was leaving. So they were already talking about having Christmas already set up. I'm not sure if they're still going to do that, but we might do like a weird Thanksgiving Christmas thing. But now I'm going to be here for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what they actually do. But
yeah,
and you're obviously hunting down the turkey.
Yeah, like, because I didn't think about this. Like, I also don't have an oven, so I'm gonna have to buy an oven like now. Like right after the show, I'm gonna buy an oven, and then I'm gonna order a turkey and figure this damn thing out. Damn you!
Order the turkey first, just in case they don't have any. Then you don't have to buy an oven.
But
True,
I also want an oven.
Situation.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
Like, it's a good excuse. I mean, I love baking, and I haven't baked in years, so it'd be nice to get back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
You should start baking right, just in time for me to get there.
All right.
That's the perfect time to start baking.
I'm a great baker. I'm a great, but I just haven't done it in years, so it would be nice to put a turkey in there, but make some bread, all that kind of shit.
Oh, and it's gonna smell so good. All right, and now it's time for the news. And we really only got one news topic this week because it's going to be a long one. And that is the Game Awards just recently announced all of their nominations. And I thought it'd be fun to choose a few categories and kind of say what we think. I will preface this with, when I was choosing these categories, I was like, oh, fuck, Kinsey, you have not played very many AAA games this year. And it made like... So this is going to be really, really fun.
Neither have I, so don't worry.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, we're going to start with Best Art Direction. And the nominees in that category are The Artful Escape, Deathloop, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
And the award goes to... I haven't played any of them.
Okay, so I have not played any of these.
Yes.
All right. And hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't either, and I have opinions.
And I neither have I, and I have opinions too. So Kena, Bridge of Spirits, I know nothing about.
Yeah.
And The Artful Escape, Beethoven, and it's Annapurna. I know nothing about this. However, Deathloop is one of the few AAA games that I've seen and wished I could play that I can't.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a PS5 and I don't have an Xbox Series, etc. But I thought Deathloop looked interesting.
Yeah.
So that one, I'm rooting for it. Psychonauts 2, I love the company behind it. I love a lot of the artists behind it. Psychonauts never grabbed me. So, but it's very nice looking. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I feel like this is going to be the throwaway option for a lot of people, but I've always loved the look of the Ratchet and Clank games. They look like candy. And they're very colorful. The contrast is always high. They're very bright. I've always loved the look of the Ratchet and Clank games. So while I don't know that this one's got a fighting chance, I would love to see the look of those games celebrated a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, the standout for me is Ratchet and Clank, because even though I haven't played any of the things in this category, I feel like Ratchet and Clank, like everyone I've talked to individually who got a PS5, because I did not, which is the only reason I haven't played Rift Apart, and pretty much everybody is like, yeah, I played Ratchet and Clank, and that felt next gen. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was the one that a lot of people, I just felt like, I don't know if they were even sort of throwing it away in their head, but they were like, oh, this is really amazing. It looks great. But I've been playing this other game that was super fun, but every time I hear about Ratchet and Clank, I'm like, oh, the way it opens the rifts and goes between all the different areas is so cool and really a great use of the PS5's power.
It looks like video games.
Awesome.
It looks like a video game, and that is, I think, something that kind of gets lost with all of this graphical power. Is like they all want to focus on photorealism and stuff like that, but I don't want that. I just want to see cartoon characters get ripped through portals in like increasingly incredible ways. Like, that's what I want,
and that's exactly what that is. And I love it.
So is that the prediction? Is that what you guys predict?
I mean, if I had to predict,
let's do it.
Okay, if I had to predict, what?
If I had to predict, I'd say Deathloop. If I had to go with my heart, it would be Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of on that page.
Deathloop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next category is Best Narrative. So, for Best Narrative is Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange: True Colors, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2.
Tight. We didn't play any of them.
I didn't play any of these. However, wait a second. You're playing It Takes Two, right?
I'm currently playing It Takes Two, and I
really
played Life is Strange. Life is Strange: True Colors. I played not all of it, but most of it. And actually, Guardians of the Galaxy, not that I think it has the best narrative, but that's one of those games I gave zero shits about. And the more I heard reviews of it, people were basically saying the same thing. Like, even like the Kotaku and IGN articles, they're like, I assumed this would be crap, but it's really fun and it's really funny. And now I'm like, oh crap, I kind of want to play it. And that's so not me, but I kind of want to.
I understand. So same thing. I've seen a lot of people on my timeline say that Guardians of the Galaxy really surprised them as a game. I love comics. I loved a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm into that scene, but I've kind of burnt out on that stuff. I don't think the video game representations have ever really appealed to me. But enough people have said that Guardians of the Galaxy is good, storyline-wise, that I kind of want to play it. Again, though, I think this goes to Deathloop for me, in that I'm really rooting for the idea of the game to win, and I want the narrative to be as good as the people who have enjoyed it said it is. So I kind of hope it's Deathloop. And then It Takes Two looks really cute. You were just talking about that earlier. I like the idea. If the writing is good based on the subject, like you mentioned, I think that has a standing as well. So I think there's some good nominations here, but nothing that I can comment on, authoritatively.
I'm with you. That was a pretty compelling argument, and that's how I feel about Deathloop as well. Like, I haven't played it, but just something about the way they the delivery of the story. I mean, at least conceptually, like that seems like the one that should take this award.
Yeah, I feel like this might, like, Deathloop is in a lot of these categories, and I feel like it might be one of the runaway titles, maybe, this Game Awards, where it wins multiple categories. But it would be really cool, I think, to see something like Life is Strange or It Takes Two win Best Narrative as well. Like, I really enjoy the Life is Strange series. I still need to finish True Colors, but all their storylines are absolutely fantastic. So it'd be cool to see that one win something.
For sure. And it's been going for a long time, and they've really been trying to pride themselves on their writing. I've never played it, but I have friends who love that series. So I know there's heart behind it.
Yeah, totally. And the next category, I'm weirdly really excited about.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because it sounds like a category that maybe I wouldn't care that much about. But I think it's also the most games that all three of us have played.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. What is it?
Yeah.
And that is Best Family Game.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where is...
So, Best Family Game, the nominations are It Takes Two, Mario Party Superstars, New Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and WarioWare Get It Together.
I have played all of these, and I have opinions.
Yeah, I was like, this is the category. Like,
Yeah. We put this in here because of you. Yeah.
As a person who does not want a family, like with children,
Same.
Same.
it's crazy that I've played so many of these games. So just going through them real quick. I have not played It Takes Two, but I've given my opinions. Mario Party
although I feel
Superstars.
like,
Hmm?
sorry,
No?
It Takes Two. It's about a divorce.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like playing this with your kids and be like, by the way?
Ooh.
Honestly, that's kind of a good...
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong in
Yeah.
that being kind of an interesting way to... I don't know the story, but if it's done in a certain way, it could be a decent way to like expose kids to like the, hey, here's what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Mario Party Superstars, I've been having more fun with than I should have. Because I generally
Same.
don't like Mario Party, but
Oh.
I do like online. And I said that I would try Mario Party again if it ever went online. So I bought it. I put my money where my mouth is, and I've really enjoyed it. The people every few games online who try to game the most stickers, that's annoying because you can. So basically, stickers are like a way of chatting
Right.
online, and you can press a button to send one.
Yeah.
And Nintendo thought it
I
would
use
be
a lot of stickers.
I do too, but I use them where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Nintendo put a random bonus star in there that gives
Wait,
people
there's a sticker bonus star?
yes. So if you ever get people who are spamming stickers in your online game, they're hoping against hope for a chance to maybe get the most stickers bonus star. But yeah, it's a good game. New Pokemon Snap is really relaxing and fun. I have not seen any of the additional stuff, but I love the N64 game. It's kind of like a definite finite amount of time you can play a game like Pokemon Snap because eventually you'll know where all the Pokemon are. But it's really good, really relaxing.
I love Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Got a lot to say about that, but
Uh-oh.
I'll keep it short. Bowser's Fury is like my favorite Mario game.
Oh shit. Wow.
It's amazing.
We have opposing
Bowser's
opinions.
Fury is so good.
Okay. Okay.
And then WarioWare Get It Together. Tons of fun. I've played a lot of it. We were talking about co-oping with significant others earlier, I think. Kinsey mentioned playing something with Tony. I play WarioWare Get It Together with Vonnie, and we actually do pretty good together. And it's like a game that requires like a lot of communication, but we do it without talking. I'm pretty happy with that as like a barometer of relationship status.
Oh dang.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Interesting. So like using your authority, what's gonna take it?
Whew. The weird thing is I don't know that I actually agree with many of these being family games other than Mario Party Superstars, and
Yeah.
maybe It Takes Two. So Super Mario 3D World's got to get the X.
Yeah.
I'm going to say WarioWare Get It Together or Mario Party Superstars, one of those two.
I think it'll be Mario Party Superstars,
Mario Party.
personally. I've
Yeah.
been playing a decent amount of it. I personally love Mario Party, but I know the last couple have kind of been not the best representation of Mario Party.
Sure.
And Mario Party 2 is my absolute favorite Mario Party, and the fact that it's like all the mini games are included in this one makes me love it even more. Although,
What's your favorite course? Mine is Peach Cake.
Oh, I do like Peach Cake. I like the Halloween one a lot, but I'm also just a sucker for Halloween.
Yeah, no, that's a tough, that's a close call, but I love Peach Cake for the gameplay, and it's Peach, so, but yeah.
And like my only complaint about Mario Party Superstars is that Mario Party 2 has the best shtick of any Mario Party game, and that's that the characters
costumes?
dress up for the levels.
Yeah, the costumes, absolutely. Yeah,
I love it.
And they did not include that.
I'm going to be upset about that the rest of my life.
Forever and ever.
Forever. But I'm hoping Mario Party Superstars take it, because it's the first good Mario Party in years.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. Like it feels like they put a lot of work into it too when you play it. Like it doesn't feel like when you play Mario Golf, and I don't want to talk about it any more than this because that's a very big disappointment.
Yes.
It feels like it was just fucking shit out. But Mario Party
Yeah.
Superstars actually feels like there was some care put into it.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's going to win, having never played it, but just seeing, like, there's not a lot of Nintendo titles on the Game Awards as a whole, and I feel like this is going to be the one where, I mean, obviously they stacked the deck with almost all Nintendo titles, almost.
Yeah, except for one.
Yeah, and I think they had to put one on there just to be, like, to level it out just a little bit. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Mario Party's going to take it.
It's a good one.
Yeah. All right, our next category that we're going to go over is Best Indie Game.
Okay.
And the nominations in that category are 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Inscription, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and Loop Hero.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like almost the Devolver category, too.
Well, and the problem is like I play a lot of indie games, but a couple of these are like on my list, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
So Kena Bridge of Spirits, again, it's being nominated. I'm sure it's interesting. I don't know it. And then 12 Minutes, I have my feelings on it. I've read the articles. I've read the storyline. I don't particularly want to play it. However, Inscription, I very, very much want to play. And there has been multiple nights in the past couple of like weeks where I've been like, I'm going to download it and I'm just going to play it. But I haven't yet. So that's on my list. Death's Door, I'm not a huge fan of like Zelda likes, but Vani is. So this is one that I've kind of like kept in the back of my head for when she needs a new game to play because it looks really cool. I like the idea and I want to see it. And then Loop Hero is absolutely my type of game. I downloaded it a few months ago and I love it. It's all about kind of like systems and waiting. It is kind of an idle game, but not quite as idle as other idle games. I think Loop Hero is genius. I really enjoy that. And if anyone, have either of you played that one? No. Okay.
I haven't played much of it, but I like the mechanics and like how different it is compared to everything else that was nominated in this category.
Yeah.
It makes me like, if that won, I feel like that would maybe have, other indie developers think maybe I could make a game similar to that with similar mechanics because that kind of game doesn't come out all the time. And I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Loop Hero has like a lot of the aesthetics and the effort put into it that like popular indie games get, but that most like idle games don't. And Loop Hero is very much like an idle game. You watch your character walk around a loop, and you set where you put various cards, and they encounter battles or various events depending on where you put them, and you try to level them up and, meet goals from that. And it's just a very relaxed game. I know people stream it. They probably do it with like with the speed turned up, like on fast forward. But I like letting it run in the background, like when I'm working.
Yeah, totally.
And check up on it every once in a while. It's really cool.
So who's going to win? Prediction time.
I want Loop Hero to win, but I think Inscription's going to win, and I'm not upset with that. I just haven't played it yet.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I was trying to think. I was like, I would also like Loop Hero to win just because like it's so different than anything else in this category. But like Inscription is also pretty different. And, like, I really like its darker themes, and sometimes stuff like that doesn't always win, so that'd also be cool. But I think it's kind of between Inscription and Death's Door, personally.
Yeah, Death's Door's definitely got a good shot at it. It got real popular. I know a lot of people recommended it to me when it came out. I think Inscription and Death's Door probably both have the most eyes on them. And those
definitely.
are both Devolver, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good year for Devolver.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, really. All right, next up is also indie, but it's Best Debut Indie Title.
Ooh. Where was... Okay, hold on.
And I thought this category would be really fun. So in this category, the nominees are The Artful Escape, The Forgotten City, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Sable, and Valheim.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So...
And...
Please.
I think Valheim's going to win this.
I hope Valheim's going to win this.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's neat. it's not particularly for me. But I think it's
such a big undertaking for
it is.
Like an indie studio, you know. And it like sure it has a little bit of jank, but like what game like that doesn't, you know?
Yeah. I'm just not like super into the era, but I kind of want to play it just because I think it is like a very big undertaking for an indie developer. Sable is the game that I want to play. I haven't played of all of these. I haven't played any of these. But Sable is the game that I want to play and I would like to win. I've followed the art on Sable for a long time. My understanding is it's very much a travel and narrative based game without a whole lot of, you know, necessary action or stuff like that. And that's not like huge for a lot of people. They don't like that. But as I get older, I really like interactive experiences with pretty art more than I do.
Same.
Yeah.
Actually, I played a lot of Sable.
Oh, did you?
And I really have been enjoying it, and it's super relaxing, and like the story is really great. But I was actually really surprised that it wasn't in Best Art Direction.
Yeah, because the art is gorgeous in it.
That seems like a no-brainer.
When you see it in movement, it's like it's very pretty.
Right.
Yeah. So now I just want it to win because it's not in the category I want it to be in.
That's fair. And now that you mention it, it's really odd that it's not in that category.
I would bet they put it in this category because they couldn't fit it in the other one. That's what I would bet.
Right. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Because I guess in Best Art Direction, it's like mostly AAA titles. Granted, I mean, The Artful Escape is in there, and it's also in Best Debut Indie. So.
Right. I'm gonna say that Sable is gonna win. Also because they had Japanese Breakfast perform at the last Game Awards. I feel like there's. I'm not gonna say collusion, but they have a relationship. All right, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I hope it wins because
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game. Next up is Best Community Support. Ooh. And so that's going to be basically all your like MMOs and your super online games. So the nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky.
Okay. So best community support. Okay, let me look at this. We got Apex, Destiny, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. All right. Mm-hmm. No Man's Sky started off horribly. It was bad. I'm an admitted fanboy of the game. I feel
it's like the best comeback story.
Yeah.
Like,
it is the best comeback story.
History.
I think it is definitely the best comeback story. I stand behind all the people who made it. Not so much community support so much as them being like, hey, this is our like. So I think in terms of like response to community, doing what the community wants, No Man's Sky is definitely near the top. I would say that I think it's Apex Legends. I'm not sure who their community support person is, but I don't even play that game, and I end up seeing their community support on my timeline, and I think they listen to people a lot too. I would say No Man's Sky is my heart, but I think maybe for like, you know, people who play all the stuff like the general public, maybe Apex Legends.
Yeah, and I feel like Final Fantasy 14 has gained like so much traction over the last year. Like I can't necessarily speak. I can't really speak to their community support, but I feel like almost every one of my friends is playing Final Fantasy 14 right now.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like they're all playing it, but I don't know if that's so much because the game has just gotten better, which is great, or if it's community. Like I don't know how their community support is. I know the game is supposed to be fantastic right now.
Yeah,
I actually don't know how they define this like category at all, because I look at Fall Guys and I look at Among Us, and like the community on those games is absolutely massive, if not bigger than these. Like, so I don't really understand how you get nominated in this at all, because Apex came out years ago, and so did Among Us.
I think it's supposed to be like, I think it's more an award for like the community. I had to guess based on what's there, the community manager, because they're all very visible community managers. Like they're out there, not so much like in terms of the community that supports them.
Sure.
If that was the case, Among Us would be, would be number one. Yeah.
And as much as I want it to be Destiny 2, because I love Destiny so much.
She does.
And I love all of their... I love it. I love all of
She's
their
addicted to
holiday stuff that they do. It's mostly the Halloween event that I play every year, because their Halloween event is always super fun. But I know that one's not... I'm not going to win.
It might. Well, okay. What's gonna take it then? What's gonna take it?
I think, actually, Ian's probably right. Apex Legends is probably going to take it.
Yeah, I think so. They're out there. They're interacting with customers every day. I don't know anyone who's played a lot of Apex since the beginning who is like particularly unhappy with where it's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like based on what I know, Apex is in a good spot to win that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to say it's going to be Final Fantasy because I see everybody playing it, and
and my heart does say that. I just don't know anything about their community support.
Right.
Because I know that's exploded. Like, my little brother's been playing it.
Right.
Like, I have tons of friends who've been playing that game. So, I mean, if the community support is, there, like the community is, then I think that'll definitely win. But I just don't know anything about that part of it.
I think one of our pick, it's either going to be Apex or FF.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll look good.
All right. Our next category is most anticipated.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
The nominations are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Breath of the Wild 2, and Starfield. And personally, I really am excited for Horizon. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. And it's been a really long I don't know if I've quite had that feeling playing a game since that game, where like you think about it at work, and you can't wait to get home and play it. And like I think that was the last time I really felt that way about a game. So I cannot wait for that. And of course, Breath of the Wild 2. I loved Breath of the Wild. So those are the two standout titles for me. I know Elden Ring is probably like gonna win, just be based on how like kind of interneted and memeified that waiting for Elden Ring has become.
Yeah.
But yeah, Horizon and Breath of the Wild 2 for me.
So
this is a political category, I think.
Is it?
I think so because like how do you define like the most anticipated? I mean, because everybody wants to play Breath of the Wild too. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know how you quantify this.
Yeah.
I can tell you what my most anticipated game is,
Okay.
and it's not anything on here. My most anticipated game
Frog Fractions
is
5.
No, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Revenge of Shredder.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right.
I need that
looks so
game.
good.
It does look
Need
fucking
it
amazing.
So bad.
Yeah.
I love beat 'em ups, and the pixel art in it is so good. But if we look at these, God of War Ragnarok. Everyone loved the PS4 rebirth of God of War. No one on my timeline is talking about this. So last place. Horizon. Loved the original one. The first game came out when I was real sick with like gut problems. And it came out between Final Fantasy 15, which I beat all of, and Yakuza 0, which I beat all of. I only played a few weeks of Horizon, the original one, but I loved it. I thought the battle system was incredible. I want to go back to it, and I really have high hopes for this one. Starfield, I'm interested in just to see what Bethesda does. I love space RPGs. I love mining. I love space colonization. No Man's Sky has been one of my favorite games over the past 5 years through its, updates and whatnot. So I think this could be interesting to see. Breath of the Wild sequel. I actually like watching Vonnie play video games a lot. And I have not played a single second of Breath of the Wild myself.
Dang.
But I've watched Vonnie play 500 hours of Breath of the Wild. I love it. I can't wait to see what happens next. Like, I'm just as invested as someone who played a lot, but think of me as like a movie watcher, I guess. Like, I'm invested because I really want to see what happens next, but I'm not going to be the person controlling it. And then Elden Ring, I like those games well enough. I'm interested in what a George R.R. Martin influence is going to do. But I honestly think it's going to end up just being Dark Souls 4.
Yeah, that's kind of what I keep thinking, actually. But, and I actually super agree on Starfield. I love space RPGs, and I love, as you say, mining. I love all of that in my space RPGs. But I feel like we just haven't gotten anything.
No, we haven't. It's
You know what I mean? That I'm like, I can't really form an opinion. What
we're
my
going
brain
on whiffs.
Has,
we want
like,
it to be
wandered,
good, but
you know, what my brain has made up is probably not real, and of course that's the game I want.
yes.
But but I don't know how real that is.
So the final.
What are you thinking, Mark?
No, I mean, I'm going to give it to Breath of the Wild too, because or Elden Ring, but I'm going to go with Breath of the Wild.
I think Elden Ring's going to win it.
I think it is going to win it. Like the memes, like you
But I
said.
think the real answer is Breath of the Wild too.
The real answer is that,
so too.
but Elden Ring is probably going to win it because all the hype that's happened over the last like 6 months. I mean,
Elden Ring for the hype, especially over the past like just couple of weeks since they announced like a release date and put it up for pre-orders. But I think Breath of the Wild dose is the answer.
Breath of the Wild dose.
Yep.
Dose.
And the last category that we're going to go over, of course, is Game of the Year.
Okay.
And the nominees in that category are Deathloop, It Takes Two, and Metroid Dread.
Oh, really? They're gonna make me okay. So I'll go ahead. I'll go off the cuff. I think Deathloop is a really interesting game, and I have no experience with it.
Right.
I like the idea. Metroid Dread, I've watched Vani play a considerable amount of, and I think it's if you stop looking at the online reviews of people saying no, it's actually easy and no, it's actually too hard. I think it's actually a very good balance. I've watched Vani get frustrated with games before. Ones that make you learn patterns or go over enemies multiple times, but she never gets that way with Metroid Dread. She finds fun in it. She constantly wants to learn how to come over the enemies and the bosses and the challenges in Metroid Dread. I think the soundtrack, which a lot of people have derided, is fantastic. It's great. It's all ambient sounds, and it really fits, I think, the visuals and the story of the series. I think the challenge looks pretty even. I love the way the story is presented. I would really like to see Metroid Dread win. Do I think it'll win? I don't know. I think, honestly, this might be where they give Deathloop something instead of the other categories, and I would be happy to see it, but I would really like to see Nintendo take a win for trying something different, trying something a little bit more difficult, trying something not so modern. Get a victory.
Yeah, and I think having even though it's 2.5D, but a 2D game winning Game of the Year, that would be amazing.
I would love to see it. I really would. I really want to see it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I'm with you. I have actually very similar thoughts about It Takes Two. Like a game like that winning Game of the Year, a co-op only, I'm pretty sure, game would be amazing. But I have like this feeling that it's going to be Deathloop, which is not undeserving, but it'd be so cool if just something like the other two games won.
I feel like Deathloop is being set up in a way where it's going to lose a bunch of other categories, but it might win that top one, and I want it to win something based on what I've read, and like I think it sounds like a pretty cool game, but I would love to see something like Metroid Dread, 2D, atmospheric, not a lot of narrative. I would love to see something like that win Game of the Year.
Totally.
I think you're totally right when it's like set up, like the fact that Metroid Dread's not in all of these other categories.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird that it just shows up at the it wasn't good enough for the art. It wasn't good enough for this. It wasn't good enough, but it's good enough.
It should have been.
I mean,
those are all the categories I would have picked it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, we didn't choose this category to go over, but like audio design, I feel like Metroid Dread would have been perfect in that category.
Yes, is that in that category? Because if it's not, that's really upsetting.
Think so?
Hold on. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Best audio design. It's not.
I didn't think so. Okay,
It's
yeah.
not,
Like I feel
and
like
that
that's
is-
where it should be.
Yeah, that is like its area to shine. I haven't played Returnal, but I know Housemarque is really, really good with their audio cues, so I would bet that deserves to be there. But like, the audio is so subtle and so perfect in Metroid Dread. It's upsetting that it's not here.
Right? Yeah. And I think now is the biggest question of all.
Yeah.
What if we had our own award show?
Oh shit. Oh no.
Right?
No.
What would you do? Like, would it be like super like nepotism? Would it be only like your favorites? Like,
I mean,
what would it be?
I mean, it's obvious that it would be the most nepotistic award show ever.
Yeah, I
out
think
there.
there would probably be a lot of nepotism.
Oh,
which
no,
is
no,
why
no.
we're not involved in these. Like, I
Yeah,
think we
yeah,
can all
yeah.
admit that.
I'm for it. I want it to be the most nepotistic. Say it's the most nepotistic.
I will say this though, I am like a lot of the people that I am friends with in the video game industry. Either I became friends with them because I understood their thought process and I was like, this person's going to make a good game, and they ended up making a good game. Or I played a good game from them and was like, this person thinks like I do, and I've talked like them. So of course I'm going to recommend people that I know and care about. But I realize that you can't like do that and have an award show that looks kosher.
Why can't you? Fuck it. I mean, just say it. Just say we're just going to give it to only our friends. It's the only game award show we give awards only to our friends. Fuck off everybody else.
And then then who knows? Maybe we'll make some really good friends that way because someone wants to be our friend just to be in the award show.
Right.
And then we find out they're a really good person.
We accept bribes.
we accept bribes if you're an okay person.
Yeah. We don't give a shit.
I can see it now. Best Playdate game, Whitewater Wipeout.
Yeah, obviously.
Best VR game,
It's
Carve
the one
Snowboarding.
It's the one I'm
Obviously.
most looking forward to.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Game I like the most today. That's a category. All right? I don't give a fuck.
Honestly, that's the most important category. Is like game I've liked the most over the past 7 days is the category that is most important to me.
Spelunky,
I love it.
the Spelunky Award. Every year, Spelunky gets it.
Spelunky wins that every year. Yeah. Great game.
I love it. This would be really, really fun, actually.
We're going to do it. I think we've established that, Kinsey. We're going to do it.
In this quarter on the Greenlit Podcast Network, Chris Sims and Matt Wilson. And in this quarter, VHS oddities, confusing animation, and modern not-so-classics.
Plus snacks, movie fighters.
We watch movies and beat them up.
And now it's time for Call Me Up, where we answer your questions. If you ever want to ask us a question, just go to our Discord, go to the Call Me Up channel, whatever it's called, and ask it there.
Yeah.
See, that's the intro I need to write, because it's always awkward. So, our first question is, what's your favorite video game soundtrack?
Guess first.
I got
Guess
this.
first. Go.
Oh, okay. I got this easy. Katamari Damacy. I have
God,
it on.
that's a good answer.
I have it on vinyl. I listen to it all the time. It's a good album as well as a soundtrack. There are lots of very, very good video game soundtracks. There are very few video game soundtracks that work as an album, and I can listen front to back both sides of the Katamari Damacy soundtrack as an album at any time of the day, and it's just perfect. I love it.
Great.
That's a really good answer, and I wish I thought of it first.
Okay. All right.
So I feel like I have a few different categories in my brain of video game soundtracks.
Sure, there are a
because,
lot.
Like part of me, I don't listen to a ton of video game soundtracks, but I will say I love listening to something more atmospheric. Like I have like the Witcher soundtrack and the Skyrim soundtrack. If you're playing board games or D&D, that is perfect to have in the background.
Monster Hunter is
then-
really good too.
Yeah,
My
for sure.
DM uses Monster Hunter soundtracks when we play D&D, and it's so good.
Oh, that's perfect. And then I actually have this like playlist that I have on my computer that I call Games in Focus, is what I call my playlist, but it's what I listen to when I'm working and I actually need to get some shit done. Because like when music has words in it, I have a hard time focusing sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just have like a collection of music. It consists of A Short Hike, which I love that game, and the soundtrack is amazing. A Short Hike, Night in the Woods, a couple different Final Fantasies, cherry picking from Dragon Quest.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Like it just has like a bunch of that kind of stuff in it, and I adore it.
So your favorite video game soundtrack is all video game soundtracks?
Yeah.
I guess I'll just say Final Fantasy 9 because that's my default answer for everything.
Okay, that's my favorite Final Fantasy.
It's in my me too. It's in my Games and Focus soundtrack, my playlist. So
great.
It's a good one, and I really like Night in the Woods too a lot.
Yeah, I like that you guys gave me a lot of room to correct you. Your favorite video game soundtrack is actually Legend of Mana.
Oh, that's a really good one too.
That is
no, it's the correct answer. So yeah,
I mean, I'm not against it. It's one of my favorite video games. It's probably the most visually appealing video game of all time.
And it's the world's favorite video game soundtrack. What's the next question? Great.
Next question is, what food challenges in Japan do you want to do, and which ones do you think you could actually win?
Okay.
So I'll start by saying I'm not very good at food challenges because I'm one of those people who would prefer to eat a lot of small meals because I get full really quickly. And it is a curse because of how much I love food.
I'm making all the motions right now to the camera because I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. But in Japan, there is the Wanko Soba challenge. And I've seen so many YouTubers do this challenge where you have like, one of the like little like miso soup sized bowls, and they constantly like fill it with some like soba noodles. Okay. And then once you down the noodles that are in your little bowl, the lady just like fills it again.
Oh.
And then you end up with these like stacks next to you. Apparently you have to put the lid on like really fast if you're done, because like she's a hella fast at putting more noodles in that bowl. But like I've seen people who are not like competition food people who get a decent amount of bowl stack next to them, because every time she dumps one in your bowl, like she stacks them next to you, so that way you can see how many bowls you've eaten. And like a lot of people get between like 80 and 120 is like pretty common.
Oh shit.
And
wow.
I really want to try it. Like it looks so like I'm also a little bit of a panicker.
That's a margin of error of like 40 bowls too.
Yeah.
Like,
that you have to, like,
holy shit.
the fact that if you are full but you're also not fast enough to cover it, that she's just like, nope.
But you're like,
You
I
got
can't
more
waste
noodles.
food. I can't waste this.
I can't. And you're like, oh, okay. Like, and the fuller you get, the slower you are.
Right. So you're like closing it down on her hand, and she's like, no, I have those noodles in the bowl.
And I really want to try that challenge because I think it'd be really fun. And I am very good at also panicking when things are really stressful. So I think it'd be really fun.
Yep.
All right.
I hear ya.
So
That would be good.
my band invented a Japanese food challenge, and it's called the Nice Legs brand Shakey's Challenge. And Shakey's is a pizza chain. It's in the States, but it's mostly in Japan. It's terrible pizza. And but you can get all you can drink for 1 hour for 600 yen, $6.
All you can drink?
All you can drink. And the Nice Legs brand Shakey's Challenge is you have to drink 7 whiskey highballs in 1 hour.
Oh my God.
They are very large and they are very cold.
Oh my God.
Now, 7 in 1 hour that you will be completely shit-wrecked.
How many shots is that roughly? 7?
It's tough to say. I would say 7 to 14. That's like
So that I need
Yeah.
I need an exact
let's say 7.
answer on
Let's
that.
say 7.
let's say 7.
Yeah.
7 I can do. 14 gonna be sloppy. Gonna be real sloppy.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if you're sloppy,
but like amicably sloppy.
Yeah.
14 like unamicably
so
sloppy.
it doesn't matter.
14 is like barf point.
Yeah.
As long as so the rule is if you've drank 6 and you're holding the 7th within the hour, you've won. And what do you win, you ask? What do you win? Well, there is a prize. Yeah. So in order, if you win, you get the honor of getting a giant, massive Shakey's tattoo anywhere on your body. And so far, 2 people have had the honor of getting that tattoo. And you're both invited to the Nice Legs brand Shakey's challenge.
I think I can totally get that, and it's going right on my left ass cheek.
I mean,
I was like gonna Care Bears it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Shakey's logo as a cutie mark. Is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be pony related.
So only 2 people.
Thigh.
So only 2 people have this tattoo. Myself and my bandmate, and mine is absolutely massive, and hers is when we got the tattoo. That was her first tattoo, and the artist was like, "This is the smallest tattoo I've ever made," and it's just bigger than a dime. It is so tiny, but she has the right. She had the right to get the tattoo.
So, my on a recent episode of the Completely Unnecessary podcast, I talked about how there was a Mexican restaurant up in, I believe it was San Francisco, that offered 1 full dinner meal a week, every week, forever, if you got their tattoo. And I said that I would do it for a local Mexican restaurant. And I don't even plan on living in San Diego for my entire life.
Right. I mean,
but I love that place so much that I kind of want to get. So basically, all I'm trying to say is that I'm 100% behind tattoos in support of restaurants. Like, you've got to do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Get something free? Great. If not, you can tell people about this shitty chain restaurant that you ate at or a regular restaurant that you ate. I mean, it's food related. Like, I would rather have a bad food tattoo than a bad love tattoo. Like, I'm never going to put someone
100%.
Right. But you can put a restaurant on your arm, and like if that restaurant goes to shit, you can be like, they were good at one point, and I got free food.
And I want to be clear, Shakey's is the worst pizza. It's fucking terrible. So,
I've had real bad pizza, but I bet you you're right.
Friend, this is worse. This is some bad shit. But I've got them on my arm, and it's like it's the biggest tattoo I have too. It makes me look really trashy.
That's good.
I think the only other at least pertaining to the question, Japanese food competitions I've seen there's like a spicy curry challenge.
Okay.
And then there's also one that's like this giant monster ramen that I've seen, where it's like the ramen with a big old tower basically on it of like bean sprouts and meat and shit. That one I could not do.
I tried that one, and I didn't even get halfway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, the bean sprouts fill you up pretty quickly.
I mean, it's just so much food.
And there's like a fucking mountain of them on there. And you're like, I just want to eat the ramen. Like,
the thing is when you get into eating challenges, you have to like talk to people who have actually gotten into it. And there's a
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff behind it. And I don't want to get into it. I don't want to like slurp down my bread buns with water. I don't want to like dissolve shit in like a drink. I do not want to do any of the stuff that is necessary to win a food challenge. I just want to try to eat all the food because it's delicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that means when you come to Japan, we're going to go up and do the Wankosoba challenge.
And the Nice Legs brand Shakey's challenge.
But I'm pretty sure it's like kind of far. I'm pretty sure it's in northern Japan.
Well, Vonnie and I are actively saving for it, so we will be in Japan sooner than later.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible smile, join Nikki and Wyatt as we stomp our way through the history of Toho's Dai Kaiju films in Discuss All Monsters.
Are you telling me we're going to discuss all monsters?
We won't stop until there isn't a monster left to discuss. Smash that play button like Godzilla and King Kong smashed an 18th century Japanese pagoda.
Only on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. First of all, thank you so much to Ian for joining us. This episode has been so much fun. We have all had like a blast. I hate to speak for everybody, but I guarantee that's the truth. So, Ian,
Yeah.
where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at PXLSICLE, where I pretty much just shitpost. I do a podcast with Pat Contry called the CU Podcast. We talk about video games and pop culture. You can find that at his YouTube website. I don't know what it is.
Pat
and
the
then
NES
Extra
Punk.
Napkin. Yeah, Pat the NES Punk. And then and then my other podcast is Extra Napkins. I do that with my friend John. I've known him since I was 14. We just talk stories and food. You can find that at eNapkins on Twitter, and that'll guide you to everything you need to know. And other than that, I just kind of exist. I just kind of float through podcasts. I did this podcast. I did one recently with Insert Credit. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I enjoy my time online.
Awesome.
And Mark,
Oh yeah,
where can people find you?
I'm simple. At Henry Demos on Twitter. Super easy. Kinsey.
You can find me at Kinzilla, Kinszilla, on pretty much everything, although I'm most active on Twitter. And of course, you can find Chuhees Labs at Chuhees Labs on all the things. As always, remember to buy Carve Snowboarding on the Oculus Quest
Do
and
it.
Cursed to Golf 2, or Cursed to Golf. Cursed
As
to
well.
Golf 2.
Cursed Golf as well.
As well. Wishlisted on Steam right now.
I'm very excited for that
And-
one. Liam is very handsome. Very
Yeah.
handsome, Liam. Very good game, Liam. You go, Liam. All right.
As always, thanks to the Greenlit Podcast Network, and thanks to all of you for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.